Right, so I've got our all age service, so I like to start off with a wee bit of a challenge. I like to start off with all age challenge. So we're going to see, tell me if you can tell me who lives behind these front doors, okay? Who lives behind these front doors? So start off with a nice easy one. We'll let the children go first. Who lives behind that door?
Rishi Sunak.
Rishi Sunak. And who's he? A Prime Minister, yeah. So somebody could say something else, but we'll just keep it a Prime Minister, I think. Right, next one. Who lives behind this door?
Bilbo.
Who?
Bilbo.
No, it's not Bilbo Baggins. Teletubbies, yes, well done. You're confusing your Bilbo Baggins with the Teletubbies. Right, who lives behind this door?
Joe Biden.
Not anymore, she doesn't. The king lives behind that door, not President Biden, the king and queen. That's Buckingham Palace. Right, here's one for the older people. Oh, well, say older people like me. Whose door is that? Mr. Ben, yes. Anybody remember Mr. Ben? Hands up if you remember Mr. Ben. I can't believe only about 3 or 4 people remember Mr. Ben. Mr. Ben used to go through that door and he'd change into a spaceman or a soldier or an astronaut. Mr. Ben, can't believe that. What about this one? Who lives behind that door? Red carpet. Anybody know? Who lives behind that front door?
Is that Biden?
It is, yeah, that's the White House. That's the President of the United States. That's the White House. He lives behind that door. Right, another one for the younger ones. Whose house is that? Who lives behind that front door?
Is it Balamori or something?
It is Balamori, but which person in Balamori? Anybody remember Balamori?
I was 4.
No? Jimmy, who lives behind that door, Jimmy? No? So nobody knows who lives behind the yellow door in Balamori. Stephen used to watch Balamori. No, it wasn't the Prime Minister of Balamori. It was Spencer. Why did you shout out there, April? Right, who lived behind that front door?
The dinosaurs.
The dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, yes. Yeah, that's the dinosaurs. Right, what's that the front door of? Anybody know? Alton Towers, yes, well done, Stephen. That's Alton Towers. Hands up if you've been to Alton Towers. Hands up if you went on all the rides at Alton Towers. Nobody. Oh, you're a big scaredy cats. Right, what about that one? What's that the front door of? Edinburgh Castle, yeah, that's Edinburgh Castle. I went to a wedding at Edinburgh Castle once, believe it or not. Right, this is the last one. Everybody knows whose front door that is.
It's mine.
A nice house if you had that front door, wouldn't it? No. Who? No, it's not Prince Harry. It's in America. No. His house is bigger, probably.
Elon Musk.
Who? Elvis Presley. Well done, Muriel. That's some good knowledge there. Huh? That's Graceland. So that's Elvis Presley's house. Which apparently, if you've ever been there, the house is actually quite small, apparently, but I've never been there myself. But I think I would like to go one day. Yep, so well done. Give you pat yourself on the back, especially Muriel. She's the only one that got that. And April is the only one who got Spencer's house, so well done. So what is Jesus like? Well, sometimes we use analogies, don't we? And all analogies is if you know what something is, you can say something's like that person, can't we? So it's a bit like saying Elijah is like a newspaper, because he goes round the world telling everybody the good news about Jesus, okay? So that's what an analogy is. It's like saying we know what a newspaper is, and then we're saying that something's like it. So it's a bit like saying that Pastor Alan is the Duracell or Energizer bunny. Because once he starts running, he doesn't stop, does he? If I started running, I'd probably stop after about 10 yards, but Most people would stop after a couple of miles, or 10 miles, or 20 miles, or 26 miles. But Alan doesn't stop running. Even after he's gone 50 miles, he keeps running. So he's a bit like the Energizer Buddy. And then the last one I was thinking of is Jimmy. Jimmy's a bit like Mickey Mouse. No, who's making the connection between Jimmy and Mickey Mouse? You know what it is? Because if you ever go to Disneyland or any of these places, if you ever walk past Mickey Mouse, he always wants to give you a hug. All right, so that's Jimmy. So if you ever feel that you need a hug, then go to Jimmy. And you know, that's what an analogy is. Analogy is just saying, you know what something's like, and then using that as an example. And Jesus used analogies all the time, didn't he? He used parables. He used everyday stories to demonstrate what the kingdom of God is like, and he used it to demonstrate what God is like. And you know, Jesus used an analogy in John chapter 10, verses 7 to 10. I'll read it. I've got it in the Good News Bible, and it says this. So Jesus said again, I am telling you the truth. I am the gate for the sheep. All others who come before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the gate. Those who come in by me will be saved. They will come in and go out and find pasture. The thief comes only in order to steal, kill, and destroy. I have come in order that you might have life, and life in all its fullness. So Jesus is using the analogy of a gate. He's saying, I'm like a gate. But you know, the Greek word for gate is a word called thura. I probably pronounced that wrong. David's the Greek scholar, but the Greek word for gate is thura, and the more literal translation of that is of door. It's a door or a passageway. So I've got my own version of the Bible, and I've changed it I've changed that word for gate for door. So Jesus said again, I'm telling you the truth. I am the door for the sheep. All others who come before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the door. Those who come in by me will be saved. They will come in and go out and find pasture. The thief comes only in order to steal, kill, and destroy. I have come in order that you might have life, and life in all its fullness. Now Jesus is saying, is using the analogy that he is a doorway. He's the door for those who want to come into the kingdom. And you know, the first thing I was kind of thinking about this is, you know, a door is a way in, isn't it? You know, to come into the church this morning, you had to go through the door. There's no other way in. All the windows are sealed, the roof is sealed, okay? We've even sealed up the hole where the pigeons used to come in. All right, so even they can't come in anymore. But you know, the only way in is the door. And Jesus said, I am the door. Those who come in by me will be saved. You know, Jesus is the only way to know God the Father. You know, people say, oh, there's many ways to God, or there's many paths, or there's many religions. No, the only way to know God the Father is through Jesus. There is one door. There's only one way in. You know, if you want to come to my house, you've got to come through my front door. You know, if you want to go to Alton Towers, you've seen the entrance to Alton Towers. If you want to enjoy all that Alton Towers has, all the rides and all the things, all the amenities it has, you've got to go in through the one door. Jesus is the only way in. Jesus is the only way to know God the Father. He's the only way. And Jesus saying that, he's saying, I am the way, I am the door. Those who come in by me will be saved. There's no other way to be saved. There's no other way to know salvation than other through Jesus Christ and what he did on the cross. Jesus is the only way in. Then Jesus goes on to say this. He says, so Jesus said again, I am the door. The thief comes only in order to steal, kill, and destroy. You know, the other thing that a door does is it keeps things out, doesn't it? You know, we've shut the door this morning because it's cold and the wind and the rain, and the door keeps it out. You know, I go to the prison every week, and believe it or not, to get to the church, I have to go through 8 security doors. And there's no way you're getting through the door unless you've got the key, unfortunately. All right, it keeps things out. And you know, when it comes to our Christian life, there's all things that we want to keep out of our life. And You know, the thief comes in order to kill, steal, kill, and destroy. And things like anxiety and depression and fear, they come to destroy us, and they come to take us away. But you know, when we come to Jesus, when we use him, he keeps those things out. And because it's an all-age service this morning, I thought we'd demonstrate that. So I need some sheep. All right, so any of the Sunday school children want to come and be sheep for me this morning? All right, but Jesus is the doorway that protects us from those that want to come and steal our joy, come and steal our peace. You know, Jesus is the shepherd. He's the doorway into that. Okay, and he protects us. No, and he doesn't protect us using something else, a gate. He protects us using himself. He's the one that lies in front of the pen. He's the one that hung on the cross for us. It was himself that gives us protection. And then the last thing I wanted to say about Jesus as a door is this. So Jesus said again, I'm telling you the truth. I am the door. I have come in order that you might have life, and life in all its fullness. You know, the best place to be is inside, not outside, isn't it? You know, when the wind is howling, when the rain's battering down, where do we like to be? We like to be in our nice warm house, don't we, on a comfortable sofa with hot water and heating and food. You know, and we can be with our family and we can be together. You know, at Christmas, what's one of the best things at Christmas is that you don't really have to leave the house, do you? You get in your nice warm house, you lock that door, you get together as a family and you share food. You know, it's best to be on the inside. You know, that's what I want to say to you this morning. If you're on the outside, if you're one of the lost sheep that's wandering away, then the shepherd is calling you to the safety and security of the pen. You know, there's only one way in. There's only one way in, is Jesus Christ. Jesus there is to protect us from the thief that comes to steal and destroy. You know, and the best place to be is in the church. That's so why it's wonderful to be part of a church where you have brothers and sisters that care for you and help you. You know, it's better to be on the inside. It's better to be saved by Christ. You know, Jesus came to have life and life in all its fullness. No, we're not here to just exist, are we? Not in this life just to get by. We're here to enjoy all that God has for us. We're here to have the life that God has called us for. You know, Jesus is the good shepherd. You know, in that analogy of Jesus, the door, the only way in, the door that protects us and keeps us safe, and the door that welcomes us into his family. Just as the shepherd would lie in front of the pen, Jesus hung on the cross for us. He lay in the tomb, but he's not in the tomb, right? He rose triumphantly. You know, and he gives us life and life in all its fullness this morning. I just want to say great job to the sheep. Well done, sheep. Okay, so parents, if you have any trouble tonight, just tell your children to be a sheep and go and put them in the pen, all right? But, well, great job, sheep, this morning. Absolutely brilliant job. Fantastic. Well done, sheep. And I just want to invite you to know the shepherd this morning. If you don't know the shepherd, then come to God the Father through Jesus the Son, the one who made the way for you, the one that protects you, the one who cares for you, and that wants to give you life and life in all its fullness.